adhered to?
Good morning. Yes, there's definitely very intensive operations currently happening. Yesterday, there were three major roadblocks, and this was done jointly by the JMPD, the SAPS, the Gauteng Traffic Police, and there were also representatives from Customs and also from Home Affairs who had joined the operations, and there were dozens and dozens of motorists who were stopped. They were checked. Their vehicles were checked to see that the vehicles were roadworthy. And I can confirm that in the Crown interchange, there were 4 drivers who were arrested for drunken driving. There were 2 nursing sisters on duty at the roadblock who drew blood samples of the 4 drunken drivers, and they were taken to Johannesburg Central Police Station, where they were then detained. There were also 3 individuals who had to be processed because they were undocumented foreign nationals. So there were also many arrested since the start of the festive season, particularly for speeding, driving well over 161 kilometers per hour on the freeways in Johannesburg, and more than 40 arrested for contravening of the COVID regulations in Johannesburg.
Now, are you focused purely on a particular time of the day in your roadblocks, or is it throughout the day from possibly morning right through to evening?
Yes, it is definitely from morning, midday, and also evening, because the curfew time is a major concern. From 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., there may be no one on the roads. The roads must be quiet in terms of the current COVID regulations. So we are having operations throughout the day and night, and we're having officers monitoring all the areas, and where there are events, there should be no more than 100 if it's an indoor event. If it's an outdoor event, there may be no more than 250 people, or not more than 50% of the floor space if there is an event, and no alcohol sales on public holidays or over weekends.
Now, Wayne, how are you able to monitor events in particular, unless somebody calls you and says that there are more than 100 people at a particular event? Is there any other way of checking or policing this?
Yes. What we're doing is we're having officers in the regions monitor all of the areas, and then we also rely on the public who see or witness a contravention of the COVID regulation, and then report it to the JMPD, and that's how we get of this information.
Now, I suppose one of the biggest challenges is manpower. Are you coping? Do you have enough personnel on the ground?
Yes, because the operations are not done by a single department. The operations are being done jointly by the JMPD, the SAPS, Gauteng Traffic Police, and we're also getting support from Home Affairs and Customs. So yesterday's operation in the Crown Interchange, there were hundreds of personnel who were on duty. So from a personnel point of view, we really got adequate manpower.
Have you had any challenges with any of your staff or colleagues being infected by COVID-19?
Yes, there has been officers who have been affected. Those officers are then allowed to be off, and then they may be in isolation so that they are not on duty, that they're not with other officers or with the public, and then once they have recovered, they return to duty.
So where has your biggest challenge been, I suppose, in some of the people that have been on the road and have been breaking the laws? Is it a case of more drunken drivers, more people that are speeding on the highways?
Yes, we're still finding a lot of people speeding. and taking a chance to contravene road traffic regulations. So we want to alert and inform and warn the public that there will be officers out on duty. They are out in huge numbers. They are on duty this entire holiday period and on the public holidays. And we are having the high-speed operations where we have got officers monitoring the freeways with radios, and where there's a car traveling at extremely high speed, they get cut off, and then the driver gets arrested.
Now, New Year's is approaching, and we know that New Year's Eve there are many people that are out looking to go and party. Do you have a strategy for this night, or is it work as usual?
It's going to be a very hard operation this year because New Year celebrations may not be allowed in public. At your home, it's different, but when you're out in a huge gathering, will not be allowed. So no one may be on the roads outside of their homes after 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, on Christmas Day today. No one may be outside of their homes after 11 p.m. tonight.
And Wayne, finally, before we let you off the hook, should someone wish to speak to the police because people are not adhering to guidelines, is there a hotline that they can contact?
Yes, the hotline in Johannesburg is 0808 723 342. I'll repeat, 0808 723 342.
Wayne, thank you very much for speaking to us.